Herzlich willkommen zum English Coach Podcast, präsentiert von trainingtree.de, die personalisierte Lösung im Bereich Erwachsenenbildung. Und jetzt dein Gastgeber.
The English Coach Podcast takes my usual relaxed, accessible, human approach to your learning experience and offers you immersion into the language, into real things and real personalities from wherever you are. Now, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is iAntonio Patterson, host and producer of the show, and I have been a language trainer of adults in Berlin to date for well over a decade. I do a few other things too, but within this context, my specialization is English for work, the real stuff. Living the language means that my first mission here is to help my people, present and past course participants, and anyone else who just likes the show. The goal is to help you to keep the language skills you've learned, to keep you engaged with a little information and entertainment. I invite everyone to subscribe to the show because living the language also means that the topics are about real everyday human interaction, things that affect all of us. The show is self-sponsored and independent. It is not as staged as you might expect. I am myself, for example, a real living, breathing person talking to you right now, not a facade or someone else's mouthpiece. In so being, today, authenticity is a given, and this rather organic approach helps the show to preserve its own freedom to evolve. Still to each his own, and who knows what the future holds. Should, however, this show become that way, then I will be the first to tell you. If this more human approach, which also speaks to a kind of democratization of the learning experience, as I like to call it, also means something to you, if you're more motivated by more meaningful human interactions, more interested in progress rather than someone else's sometimes somewhat pretentious notions of perfection, then you are more than welcome to subscribe. The English Coach Podcast welcomes a diversity of guests from all walks of life, and in so doing, celebrates a quality of equality that I value. The inclusiveness of the show speaks for itself and fosters what I like to call an international standard of English. Keyword, clarity. I also respect the privacy, or better said, the sovereignty and choice of all my listeners. This podcast neither tracks or stalks its listeners online, nor trades in their user data. I like to be clear on that, especially these days. This show's commitment to not spying on you holds true regardless of the country from which you're listening. Now, speaking of choice, there are many ways to take active interest in your own learning journey. You can simply subscribe via your favorite podcast app or sign up to receive the show notes and more directly by email. Why not join my listeners group? All these possibilities are listed for you at www.trainingtree.de/mobile, also in the show notes of all the most recently published episodes. As a trainer, naturally there's also the occasional mini lesson, but for the most part, there is somewhere else for that. If you are interested in formal lessons, visit my website, www.trainingtree.de, and ask about training by using the contact form. You would be surprised at the different, somewhat unexpected approaches to immersive and action-based adult learning. Now, this is me talking directly to you. You know who I am. Interested in training? Simply ask. If, however, you're only interested in a learning journey that takes a step out of the classroom and into real life, out of the drudgery and sometimes monotonous drill of abstract grammar puzzles and vocabulary lists, just subscribe to the show for starters at www.trainingtree.de/mobile or englishcoachpodcast.com. I am looking forward to hearing from you, and Bye for now.